Alright, hello there guys, this is King31594 and I got a video telling you how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! This is mainly because I've been asked by one of my friends and one of my good friends from Xbox how to do this. So, every game starts off with a shuffle and a cut, okay? You got to shuffle your deck and you offer your deck to be cut by the guy you're playing. He can choose not to cut it, but it's best to cut it. You draw your 5, but you don't get to look at your 5 until you roll a die to see who goes first. You can specify high number or low number. Most of the time you want to go high number, but it's all about what you want when you want to do it. It's usually best to go first, no matter what. But you can't make that decision after you look at your hand. You have to keep your hand, your first 5 cards, face down until you make the decision on whether you're going first or not. But since this is a tutorial, I'm going to play with my hand open, showing you guys what I'm doing. Alright, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Has different steps in a turn. You got your draw phase, your standby phase, your main phase 1, your battle phase, your second main phase, and your end phase. The reason this is important is because cards have their effects say that things go off during different stages of your turn. Some things say during your standby phase this card comes back, or do this and bring it back during your end phase. You'd have to read the card effect specifically to know what I'm talking about. So the first thing you do on every one of your turns, as soon as it comes to your turns, you draw a card. So you'll have 6 cards. Okay. These 3 cards right here are monster cards. This is a spell card. This is also a spell card, but the difference between these two is that this card right here is a quick play card, and that little symbol right there tells you that it's a quick play, which means it can be played at any time as long as it was face down on your side of the field at one time. Okay, these cards can be played straight out of your hand at any time because they're spell cards. This card right here, it's a trap card, which means it has to be face down for at least one turn before you can play it. Now, you can have it in your hand, set it, and as soon as it's set and you end your turn, it's able to be played. Okay, trap cards can be played at any time. Okay, at any time once it's been set, at any time you can play it. So as soon as he draws, if he summons a monster, if I was to summon a monster, he could play Torrential Tribute to destroy all his monsters and all my monsters. Okay, so I have 6 cards. Now, what you want to do with the cards you draw is specifically designed, is going to be different for each player preference, and what their deck is built to do. Okay, so I'm running zombies. So what I want to do is, no matter what, is set my trap card, okay, and then I would probably more than likely set my quick play spell card, okay, then keep the normal, never set a normal spell card. Normal spell cards don't have this little symbol right there. It means quick play. It won't have that, which means it's a normal spell card, okay? Trap cards, it can be played, just like I said, at any time. Now, I have 2 choices on what I would summon or set, okay? Let me go through some things real quick. This is a normal summon, okay? You cannot summon like this unless it's a special summon. You cannot normal summon into defense. If you want the monster to be in defense, you have to set it, okay? Once it's face up, once you summon it, like if I was to summon it this turn, I cannot summon it and then switch it. It has to stay just like this until it comes back to my turn. Then I can switch it. But if I attack with it, it has to stay in attack. I can't attack and then switch it unless a specific card like Book of Moon, if I was to attack and then Book of Moon my card, it would go to set. But if I attack, like there's certain cards that say to change it, like Goblin Black Ops says if this card attacks, put it in face up defense position when it's done attacking. Okay, but alright, so I would set this card because this card allows me to search my deck to get other zombie type monsters out. Alright, so now that I have that put down, he would attack my monster, and if he attacked my monster, it would be destroyed into the graveyard, which means I would get to search out a card. I'm not going to search out because this is just a tutorial. Okay, and say he has like more than one monster, I'd Book of Moon his next monster so I wouldn't take any more attack, which would put his monster in face down defense, so he couldn't attack with that monster until next turn. So, he's done, and it's my turn, so I'm going to draw. Remember to draw, because when I played, it took me 2 weeks to remember to draw. I'm not lying. My friend got so mad each time I forgot to draw. Good times. Anyway, alright, so back to the monsters real quick, since I just drew a 6-star. Okay. 4-star monsters, 1 through 4-star monsters, which is this little jib right here. These are your level. This is your level, okay? It tells you that this card can be normal summoned, okay? That's the card name. That's the card's level. That's the card's attribute. This is the artwork. This is the type and the effect. This is his attack and defense rating, okay? That's it. I'll vote the card. Now this is a 6-star monster, which means I would have to have a card on the field already, and then tribute him off to sacrifice him, and then I get to summon this. But this is considered a normal summon, so once I do that, I cannot normal summon another monster. You get 1 normal summon each turn, and as many special summons as you can get to happen. Alright. Some decks have a lot of, like 6 Sam, special summon a lot. Zombies can special summon a lot. They swarm. And there's other decks that really don't special summon at all. But, yeah. Alright, so then since I drew the 6-star monster, I would just set my 4-star because he's not that strong. And if he gets attacked and destroyed by battle because of his card effect, I could search out a bigger, stronger monster to go down in his place. But if he doesn't get attacked, my preference is next turn, I'm going to tribute him off for the bigger monster. Okay? So he attacks it. I get a big monster. Here, hold on. Yeah, you like my ceiling, don't you? Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get the 1 search for the Goblin Zombie, and then I'll get the search for the Pyramid Turtle too. Every time you search your deck, you have to shuffle and allow your I don't know, opponent, I guess you'd say, to cut. So he would cut, and I would put my deck back where I want it, and then if he ends his turn, it would be my turn, and I would draw a card for turn. So I just drew another 6-star monster. Yay! Okay, now that I have this monster, this is the monster I got from this. It was destroyed by battle, so I was able to get this. To specify what you're allowed to get on searches like that, read the card. Okay, I just recently started reading cards, and yeah, don't talk. I don't want to talk about it. Everything you do, you have to give your opponent time to respond. Like, say I summon that, he could throw down. I mean, he could play like a bottomless trap hole or a torrential tribute or a trap hole or something to keep this monster from being on the field. Okay. I'm done with the cards. I'm gonna explain some other stuff. You really need a rule book to get a lot of this stuff. I just went over some of the basics. Here, I'll pull out one of each real quick. Trap, monster, spell. Okay. 3 basics. Here's where it gets a little awkward. Synchro monsters. Alright, they're the white monsters. Okay. The level of a synchro monster is, hold on, let me find my tuner. Flex Redder. Flex Redder. Alright. Let me get a 6-star, because someone let me get that. Alright. So, I'm gonna try and synchro summon. Okay, let's assume that I have these 2 sets and Illblood on the field and this card face down because I just did it last turn and for some reason he didn't attack, and I had this card in my hand. This is a tuner. To synchro summon, one of the cards has to be a tuner. It'll say right here. You see how this one says zombie/tuner? It has to say tuner for you to be able to synchro summon. Alright. Now, it goes to my turn. I draw a card. I'm not going to draw because my deck is upside down because I said I was done with the cards. But so, I would summon my tuner, give him time to respond. If he doesn't respond, I would go ahead with the synchro summoning. Alright, now, to get this synchro monster, this is an 8-star monster. Alright. So that means the two or more monsters, the one tuner plus one or more monsters that I use to synchro summon this card has to equal up to the 8 stars. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to use a 6-star and a 2-star to synchro summon into my 8-star. Gets simple once you understand what you're saying or understand what you're doing, but just really playing it out and playing with people who know what they're doing really help. If you have any questions or comments, leave them. Ninja, I know you're watching this. If you have any questions, you can text me. And, yeah, thanks for listening, guys.